Welcome to the official AFL Fantasy Podcast with the Traders.
G'day with the Traders. I'm Roy. I coach Destroy, and I'm here with Warnie.
Coach of the Want Dogs.
And Calvin.
Coach of Calvinator. A little bit stressed, a little bit stress less
Oh,
this
good,
week.
because you were just saying before that it's less stress.
It is a lot of less stress.
I'm
Less.
more stressed.
Yes.
Are you?
Never forget 1919.
Oh, that's right.
I've got to bounce back.
You
and
do.
I need to
You
do it this week.
So do you have to do anything tonight? That's the big question.
No, the only thing I'm stressed about tonight, no Vossi.
Oh, yeah. How are they going to cope?
They'll be right.
Do you reckon?
He's just coached that well that they just know what they have to
Coach
do.
themselves.
Yeah.
Love
yeah.
it.
No, it is less stressful because there is no big decisions to make tonight. People might be chucking a VC out there for a bit of fun,
why
stuff
not?
like that.
Throw it
Bit of a
out there.
Cray VC.
Bit of an E here for a potential loop.
Durden.
Yeah.
That might make some decisions for
Definitely.
me. So put him, if he scores enough as an emergency, that might change my trade.
So it could have a bit of a flow-on effect if he's good.
If he's good enough.
Right.
And what's good enough?
To me, it's a 70, dog.
Well,
I need a 70.
From a rookie.
Look, I'm having high expectations this
Yeah,
week, Destroy.
that's probably my issue.
Yeah,
I need to lift
better.
my expectation.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, fair call.
anyway, so one of the hot tips, I guess, for anyone tuning in live, and I guess if you are listening to the podcast, is making sure when you're doing your moves that you get yourself set up for the weekend. My advice is basically have everything reversed now, and then just make your moves when you need to make them. Now, I know, Cal, you like to lock them away and get them done.
That's true.
But you don't need to, if you don't have anything to do tonight, all it does is sets up possibly some failure. If you did a DPP switch and it has that trade locked in and you can't reverse it, that's the stuff that you've got to think about.
I am going to be better at that this year.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, a little bit more patient as the weekend evolves.
Well, because I think we're going to find out things.
I know.
At last minute stuff.
100%. So what, do they take daily rat tests, like
I guess
game
so.
day and that?
I think they
so
probably
they're going
do.
to drop like flies.
They will at some point.
We need trades up our sleeve.
We do.
But if you're onto a trade you love,
Oh, yes.
I think you still need to just run with that and hope for the best, don't you?
But lock it in as it goes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's it. And I think as long
What
as
if
you've
it's tonight?
Oh, right. Okay.
as
No,
long
I'm
as
wondering.
you've got
What if it's tonight? You're bringing someone in.
as long
Does
as you've got
still do it?
cover for
This brings a good point.
Yep.
Do you waste a trade, as you said, because I know you've scored 19.
Everyone knows that.
Because if you waste a trade,
Yes.
you may need it come Sunday
100%
afternoon.
you might need it.
So what are you saying?
So I'm saying you definitely don't luxury trade
Yes. Okay.
into the game tonight.
Yeah.
If it's the best thing you can possibly do,
Yeah.
and long term it improves your team significantly,
Yeah.
you could do it, but it's coming with high risk.
So that's the other thing. We're not doctors.
No,
Are we?
no.
Far
I'll
from
tell you
it,
what,
actually.
though,
No,
I'll tell you
very
what,
far from it.
I would like to know who has had it in the last 3 months.
Yeah.
That would be handy info.
It would. We've got
That
our
could
green
roll out
dots.
on the injury list.
Got green dots. We've got our red dots,
Yeah.
orange dots, little medical things.
Triple vax.
I reckon.
Just let us know. what you've
Recovered.
got.
Who's
Previously recovered
Yep.
dot.
who's had it?
Yeah.
Because I did see a tweet actually earlier this week was going, player A or player B. Player A's got the great run home, but player B's already had COVID, so he's probably
Player
safer.
B.
See, fantasy's just gone to a new level.
It 100% has. So someone like Nick Martin,
Okay.
he was already highly sought.
Yeah.
But next week, my goodness,
how
you
does he-
won't get hotter property
Well,
than
it does
that.
sound like he's just health and safety protocols have been
Oh,
close
no, he's
contact.
took for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, just a close contact.
Gosh, he could miss a couple of games.
But if you've got it, how do you return? Like, is it going to be a bit slower?
See, this is a bad combo. If you go close contact
Yeah.
into then testing positive, that's potentially 2 to 3 games missed.
It is.
That's an issue.
That's a huge issue.
But you don't own him anyway, do you?
It's not an issue for
You've
me.
been kissed, Roy.
Kissed.
That was
Lucky.
good.
See,
Lucky.
Dog was right all along. He had no job security.
Just didn't know.
He nailed it.
Yeah, Corona coming into
Absolutely nailed it.
Which we do have some issues, I guess, this week based off that. So
do.
tonight, Roy, you got Vossi, no Vossi there.
Yep, Hurts.
Jack Martin.
Chera. Such a good pick too.
Yes, it was.
And it was ballsy.
Yep.
And he was outstanding.
Yes.
And he scored about what I said he'd average,
Yep.
that 110.
Yep.
Well done if you backed it in. And now you get slapped in the face like this.
I think we're going to get slapped in the face a lot
So,
this year. So just get
They're
ready.
just the first one.
Be
But
ready
it's
to be
such a
slapped.
unique pick that people had nailed there.
Yep.
That sucks.
100%.
Stick with it. Because like Cal said, people are going to keep getting slapped. This is nothing new.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm waiting for?
What?
Someone on a loop doing
Right.
something pretty with a loop to get a captain or a bench score, and then
Oh, no.
things will hit
You
the
know-
fan. And no, I'm telling you, there'll be 1 week where this is a popular thing, and it happens, and people get absolutely demolished.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
All right, boys, we've got the teams in. Let's get going.
Okay.
All right, let's start. Friday night footy, Sydney and Geelong. So Jake Lloyd's back after he was in health and safety protocols last week with Warner. Sheldrick, that rookie, was omitted. O'Riordan, Medi-sub, he didn't play. But then Justin McInerney, out. Injured.
Well,
Makes
no.
the decision for you.
Blessing. That's a blessing, Destroy.
They read my mind.
Geelong, Buse and Duncan are back in. Draft Duncan for a few coaches there. De Koning, as we knew, is out with concussion. Higgins has been rested after a week.
You've had a great game, mate.
Geelong beat
Have an
Geelong.
early
We've
night.
seen enough.
Francis Evan, who was a sub, Medi-sub, is out. Saturday, Collingwood and Adelaide. So Mason Cox is out injured. Bianco has been omitted. Kruger is the in there, so not Will Kelly, as some people may have hoped there. Will Hoskin-Elliott is also in. For Adelaide, Miller omitted.
Oh,
Ouch.
jeez. What are we going to do, Roy?
Yeah. Saligo omitted. McPherson injured. Thilthorpe
Oh,
omitted.
my God. So, round 2,
Yep.
we've done how many games?
Yeah, we're only into the third one.
And I now have what? Lost 3 in the back line.
Gosh.
We've just lost 3 in the back line
Holy
in
hats.
3 games.
Gollan, Pedlar, and Cook come in. Pedlar's cheap, I think, Cal. You might look at that.
Oh, well, do you want me to have a look at it now, dog?
Oh,
right.
this is disaster
All right, Bombers.
territory.
Kane Baldwin has been omitted. So, Martin, as we knew, without health and safety protocols. Langford's out injured with that hammy. Ham has been omitted. Coming in,
Hamster.
Francis, Stringer, and Durham. And for Brisbane, no one's in as yet. Robbo is out with a suspension, so looks as though Harry Sharp will probably play there. He's cheap as well.
Sharpie is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pedlar is a 210 mid
210.
forward, dog, if
Ooh,
you're
mid-forward,
interested.
210. Ooh, interesting.
Okay. We'll take anything with a heartbeat.
Port
let's be honest.
Adelaide and Hawthorn at Adelaide Oval. Skinner and Sin are in.
Okay.
The Moses.
Yeah. So Skinner, the 190k defender forward. Sin, he's like a fair bit, isn't he?
Oh, he's like 260, 270. Yeah.
So Alir is out injured. Mead has been omitted.
Oh,
so we've lost
Mead
another
for
one.
Get me out of this. This is disgusting.
Robbie Gray is out injured. For Hawthorn, Big Boy McAvoy is in.
Come on!
Bruce is in.
Oh, it's not last
They're
year.
outs. Shields, Lynch, who concussion, I think it was for Lynch, wasn't it? And Tom Phillips, who was the Medi-sub, he's out as well. Gold Coast and Melbourne.
God, we need
So
it.
Josh Ward holds
We
there. and
needed
he's-
that.
And he's on a wing,
Yeah.
so that's okay.
Gold Coast, Dustin McPherson has been omitted. I often get draft shares in him every year for some reason.
it's worth it.
Melbourne, Rivers is back in. Bedford is out as the Medi-sub, and Salem, who was injured there, is out. Right, Sunday, here we go. Jaden Stevenson omitted for North Melbourne. This is the extended benches, so
whack.
he is out. Mackay is out injured as well. So coming in their squad, Walker, Polek, Bonar, Curtis and Hayden. For West Coast, whoa, this is a big list here. They've got a few out health and safety protocols.
Oh, dear.
Oh, this
Barras,
sucks.
Redden, Langdon, Kennedy and Winder. So no one that we have, thankfully. So coming in, which means that hopefully those rookies can live.
Yes.
Coming in, though, good names. Witherden, Tim Kelly, Ryan, Darling, Shuey, Williams, Giro. Stephen Giro, he was the old
Yeah,
Freo
it was
guy.
too.
And Mountford. They're into the squad.
Right.
All right. So, Richmond and GWS. So, Prestia injured, Rewalt injured.
We're nearly there, Roy.
Coming in, McIntosh, Rioli, Morris, Maurice coming into the team. Mansell back in there. Thompson Dow and Matt Parker. Bruce is back in for GWS. Hopper is out managed. Draft shares there. Hogan, Haynes and Peatling. Now, for Freo and St Kilda, out Monday, health and safety protocols. Cox, health and safety protocols as well. Coming in to the squad, Aish Darcy is back there. O'Driscoll into the squad.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hamling and Walker. For St Kilda, out Owens has been omitted. Probably not a surprise to a few
No.
people who had him for a 20.
Don't think so.
And Kent has been omitted. Coming into the squad, Lena, Sharman, Long, Campbell and Highmore.
My only rookie to get named was the one that I picked last week that didn't get a game. Skinner.
Wow. Well done. Well done.
What
Kiss
are the
Roy.
chances of that?
What are the chances?
So,
Seriously,
right.
that is carnage.
That is carnage.
It is.
So
There's a lot to
we
do
have
there.
now. So we've got probably a little bit of
man.
work to do with that back line.
Oh, I forgot about that.
So-
that was legit 2 off the ground.
Miller and McInerney
Not
would be
even
two
health and
popular
safety
players.
protocol.
No, omitted.
Just sucking.
Omitted for Miller and
Little
injured.
hyperextension of the knee for God, McInerney.
So,
It's a blessing in a way.
but what are you going
Of
to
all
do?
weeks.
Yeah, you don't know. Well, what can you do? That's exactly it.
So what? It's interesting. So if you don't have Skinner,
Yeah.
he probably comes in potentially
Okay.
for Miller.
So Skinner's name
And
Cash
then you
grab?
can actually turn.
Miller into something.
Yeah,
but
who
what?
in the back line?
You're going to need about 150 odd, maybe even 200k to get to like a guy like Sick Dog.
Yeah.
So Skinner's been
It
named
might
in
be
the back
Miller
pocket.
and McInerney you've got to do something with.
They both have to go for me.
They both
Yeah,
have
same.
to go.
Unless you play Skinner, that's fraught with danger.
Oh, isn't it ever?
Play McCartan. Flick
Yeah.
him to your
You could do that.
D6.
What's he going to have this week? Seriously. He's
Mead,
lucky to get 50.
Mead for Speed is named as the first emergency.
So he's sub.
So you would think so.
Hang on. I'll get my, what did I used to be called? Submarine?
Submarine.
Oh, yes.
He's safe.
So-
safe sub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That McEntee, he's also on that emergency list as well.
Look, this is not a laughing matter, actually.
Foley's
you can't be
an option
ranked
there.
19-19
Well-
and then get whacked with that.
Where do we sit with a Foley? 100 last week.
Has he had COVID yet?
I don't know.
West Coast
I can't
decimated.
answer.
He's
I think
named-
the worst thing about West Coast is that if they're out for a week, some of these guys, then it's just waiting to happen. Who's
Yeah.
of you guys that are coming back in?
Poor Jaden Stevenson not getting to
so-
play against that
I know.
rabble.
That's a joke. So these guys are on the extended interchange for West Coast. Hoff is still there.
Yep.
Foley is on that as well, and so is Naish.
Right.
So you would assume that Foley's okay, Naish is okay. Xavier O'Neill, I think, had bulk CBAs for
Yeah,
them
yeah,
last
yeah.
week. So you would say he's okay.
Hoff's not safe.
Hoff is not safe. So I don't think you can be relying on Hoff.
Hugh Dixon is on the ground. Somehow, by the skin of his teeth, is safe.
Because he's the only one over 180 centimetres, I reckon. Good news for ex-area owners. He looks to be the number
I
one
think
ruck
watching
here.
that and seeing that, that's
Yes.
his role.
It is.
I think so. He didn't score like a number one ruck
No, yet.
yet, but I think the spread isn't. It's obviously I think he's got the most of the load. I still think it's like a 60-40 maybe.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah, he'll be better for the run.
Yeah.
Tough matchup with Nick Nat, but tell you what, X-Area is moving around the ground all right. He might actually pick up a couple of extra marks this week.
Well, he only plays West Coast, so yes.
Nasiah Wanganeen Miller, so he was a sub last week, wasn't activated, so he's
Yep.
in the team.
Right.
But you're paying a lot for him as well.
Yes, you are.
I think it's 280.
Gee whiz, I'm so glad we don't have to panic tonight, but God.
And that's the key. We can sit on this overnight.
it's
Another guy to think about would be even Melbourne's Joel Smith.
Yeah.
Now that Salem is out,
Yeah.
you think his job security would go up because that was the concern.
Yeah.
His scoring isn't great either.
No.
I
But
think he got a 50.
I think he's going to be there for a while.
The stocks of Durden tonight as at least emergency.
It's important.
Are through the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, that's my only forward that I've got, unless I do a Dixon trade, which then
Right.
could bring
Yep.
Hayes as an option there.
It's going to be really
so I'm
difficult.
essentially going to have to play Durden. I'll make him an emergency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
play him
you
anyway.
guys lost 3 in defence as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
2 on ground, 1 bench.
Correct.
That's big.
But I got
Especially when they sucked anyway. That's the thing.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
it's a good excuse you could say to trade them and that, and
Yeah.
it's a blessing in disguise, but there's not a whole lot you wanted to go to.
You don't.
And I was in a position where I was happy to say, look, Miller, you're actually a rookie that's nearly cashed out. You still have a breakable,
Yeah,
a reachable break even. You can just stay there with your crappy 50.
Yep. I know what you're saying.
He looked all right too when he was playing behind the ball.
Yep.
Forward of the ball, he looked, step off.
It's like they tried a bit of everything with him. He even had limited game time. Like, what are you supposed to do? Give the guy a break, Roy. Anyway.
Is Sin a better option?
Then
Like Skinner. I know there's some dollars difference,
it's
but
big dollars, nearly 100K. No,
he'll be
it's
a
what,
better
70K?
fantasy player.
Yeah. If you got to play him on the ground, the
Yeah,
Moses
and that's
is way better.
that's probably what we need to do.
Moses coming in, playing on debut.
I don't know. I don't know if I like it that much.
He better not get Sindez Moses based on you calling him the Moses now.
We're talking about Sin, yeah? Because I wrote about him in the record.
Oh, did you?
No.
Yeah.
You know how that's been
Let's-
going for us.
Let's call it
The AFL record.
Let's call him Moses.
Justin McInerney.
Disguise it a little bit.
Roy wrote about
Moses.
Remember when you wrote about McInerney in the record?
Oh, never again will I do that.
And anyone going to the footy this weekend, grabbing their AFL record,
Oh, apologies.
number one player to pick
Come
up,
on.
Bailey Smith.
Bargain.
Second player, Nick Martin.
Bargain.
That's what happens when you have a Monday deadline.
Yeah, so bloody anyone writing to me about that, I'll tell you
Exactly.
what.
Josh
cop
Sindeds
it.
Moses averaged 65 in the NAB League. Gulp.
God, dog, you just said he was elite scorer.
And I didn't say elite.
Would give us
These are the
100.
words you put into
he
my
said he
mouth.
would give us a ton on debut.
A ton.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Something like that he said, didn't he?
All right.
I think he said that.
So,
Somebody
looking at this
said
then, lads, I guess
Yeah, okay.
things need to be changed.
It does.
We need to change decisions and work out your timing for these now. It might be a Saturday move because I don't know if there's a lot of cats or swans that are... Oh, well, McInerney. So we're going to have to make a McInerney decision before 7:50 Australian Eastern Daylight Saving
But
Time.
you might need money on the flip side to do that.
Yeah. But then it could be
meat
McInerney down and then you can do whatever
What
you
did the
want.
Mead for Speed do wrong? Seriously.
Don't know, Roy. Not
Is
a
he
lot.
an emergency, Mead for speed?
He will be the sub.
He's the sub. Right. He will be.
Subma-
Roy's already...
Drop some
Submarine
coin.
said so.
Yep, he's
Drop
already-
some coin on us.
He will.
Submarine said so. So yeah, he's going to drop money.
It's not going to be pretty. Anyway, we'll be right.
We can do it.
This is what it's all about.
It is.
We've got our...
And get
You know
used to
what?
it.
Yes, and
Yes.
that's the thing, Roy. We're sitting here all grumpy old bloody men.
It's part of it. You're allowed to do that. It's how you come out of that the other side.
But people are at home going, oh, God, the boys are all down tonight. But
No,
we're
no,
not
no,
down.
no.
We're up.
Because crisis creates opportunity.
And I love opportunity.
And bloody oath, we have a lot of opportunity.
Heaps.
You're listening to the official AFL Fantasy Podcast, and this is the Gold Diggers thanks to Sportsbet.
Now, we were no good last
One
week.
dog. Come on, you had one
I'm
job.
Sorry. Well, I'm just like team selection, actually, with my Bet with Mates, our punters club. Now, start a group, bet together, and share the moment. We're trying to make some cash for Freeze MND. Cal, it's your turn now.
It is
See
time
what you can
to
do.
make some money. I'm looking on Friday night here, and I'm a bit of an Errol Goulden fan.
Yes.
15 disposals or more, and to kick a goal, and Zach
Sure thing.
Toohey,
Oh.
anytime goal scorer. $25 on that at $5.75.
Well, I do like the Zach Tui one because I think he's a lock.
Oh,
he
of
kicks
course.
a goal. You
He
see
loves
that?
a goal.
And I think what I like about that, it's $2.30 in there.
Yeah. And on Saturday, I'm looking at 25 disposal more for Jack Crisp.
Bounce back.
Bounce back week, surely. Well, we're trying to force it
TikTok.
here.
TikTok.
Also, anytime goal scorer for Parrish and Big Boy McElroy. He'll get one as well.
So you love Big Boy,
I
don't
do
you?
love him. I
But
love him.
I see what you've done. He will spend a bit of time up forward,
Yeah,
won't he?
he will. So
got
$25
Lynch
on
out.
that.
Yeah.
That's
He'll
paying
just pinch
nines.
hit.
Yeah.
That's 9 to 1, dog. I like it. I
All
like
right.
it a lot.
You can find Bet with Mates in the Sportsbet app. Start your group, bet together and share the moment. Conditions apply. For more details, see sportsbet.com.au. As always, gamble responsibly.
Do what you want because a pirate is free. You are a pirate.
All right, Warren.
Right, Cal.
Okay, last week...
gotta go to work.
Last week, I think... Well, we're going to need a big captain score here.
Yes.
Last week, I think I was okay.
You were okay. The players you picked weren't okay.
Oh, they're okay.
The thing is, they were okay. They just didn't give us the big
Well, we
big
didn't have
scores.
those big scores, unless you had a Bailey Smith or...
Where was he in your rankings?
He wasn't. Petraka was in there, maybe in
That was
the
a good
bottom bit. But, yeah, he's a beast. Anyway, we are looking at... Number one pick at the moment is Took
Took
Miller.
Took.
Playing against Melbourne.
Yeah.
Melbourne give up oodles of points to midfielders. Think about last week. Bailey Smith, 154. McRae even had a 120.
Yeah.
So he is at home where he averaged 127 last year.
So no little flag, a little row flag?
There is no little flag at all.
That round scoring more
There's
points.
a little pink
Then
pig
what he
in there.
did.
stealing
wait.
ball.
He is pink.
I like also a couple of Melbourne blokes there. Petraka, based on what he did last week, 142, 136 against the Suns last year. Clayton Oliver, in two of his last 4 games against the Sun, he's gone over 150.
Wow.
He could have a day out. Jack Steele, he didn't do much wrong last week except for one quarter where he had 17. Every other quarter was basically 30s. So he just had one little quarter
on track for his 120.
He would have got it. Didn't quite. Quiet quarter. He'll bounce back. He had 134 on the Dockers last year. And I also like Ollie Wines, a 151 against the Hawks when he was getting in beast mode last year.
Oh, yeah.
So I would think...
Is he still a beast?
He's still a beast.
Yeah, he's fine.
He's still a beast, and even the Kangaroos got 4 tons against the Hawks last week.
Right.
If the Roos can get a ton against you, Wines will be massive.
Fair call.
They're the best picks, dog.
What's your plan then?
Well, for me, I will be going with vice captain on McRae tonight.
Well, at least we've got options for red dot donuts
Hey,
to
green
captain
dots.
them.
The thing is, Roy, Carlton are tough
Well, they are, aren't they?
when they've got Fossey.
That's the thing. Imagine
Yes.
him at quarter time,
Yeah.
half time, if you haven't manned up.
Exactly.
But
McRae,
he's not there.
So
That's
McRae,
scary.
he could have a big one tonight. I also like Josh Dunkley tonight. So as a bit of a random left field sort of pick.
which is what you can do with a VC.
100%. So he was good last week.
Yeah.
Last time he played against the Blues at 158.
Oh, deary, man.
Okay, so
Teams don't score against the Blues anymore, though.
not anymore.
that's
But
true.
that was a
Probably
while
be lucky to
ago.
get it
It's a
touched.
while ago.
Yeah.
But also, I think Max Gorn bounces back this week too.
Do you? He needs to.
I think he does.
Like, I really need him to bounce back.
You can, mate, those dinner plates.
Oh, surely he's
They're going to
taking
be
them
gone.
off.
The other thing about the Jack Steele game over there in Perth, apparently, it's going to be bucketing wet weather.
That's 15 times.
That's a concern if you've got guys like Lloyd or Whitfield as a captain option, but not when you've got one of the best tacklers in the game.
Yeah, stoppage galore.
He's going to go nuts. I
Okay.
like it. So then I'm going to go into Jack Steele.
All right, I'll do Jack again.
All right. You got a VC though?
Yeah, I'm going to go Lockie Neal.
Okay, right. I don't mind that.
Good matchup for him.
It
Do they
is.
play Saturday evening?
Lockie Neal, I'll just check my bit of paper here. He
Mashed
played,
potato.
for 4:35 on Saturday.
Tell him who it's against.
Yeah. Bombers. They're
That's
no
true.
good.
That's true.
They're best
believe-
players in
Get-
health and safety protocol.
Get your swagger away, Destroy, about your Blues. Now, a couple of the questions we had a couple of questions here about Captain's Cow.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
The GOAT against the Crows.
Look, I don't mind the GOAT. I actually wrote notes about the
His
GOAT.
CBAs were big.
They were big.
Bigger than I
He
thought.
did what we thought he might have been doing 6 months ago.
Yes.
107 last year.
Before he went to New York.
Hasn't turned up on the Crows in his life.
He's going to.
He will this week, agree, but not as a captain option. I can't wait for the day, and this is a very relevant question, Dacos. When will people start talking about him as a captain? He'll turn up against the Crows.
He will.
Of course he
He'll
will.
be very busy.
He's going 110 against the Crows. Easy.
Jack Crisp, captain potential.
Mate, if we are going with the theory that his wife made a video and now he
Yeah.
bounces back,
Yeah.
then yes, he is captain
Right,
material.
cool.
But I'm just glad he's aware.
So when's that game?
That one is on Saturday at 1:45.
Right. So an early game.
It's the first game on Saturday.
Yeah.
So you could be going with a guy in there, and I like your little Lockie Neal one, Roy.
Yeah, if I can do it, I'd have to check out of all my
Tiny.
donuts
Yeah.
how many of them are donating Sunday.
So Essendon, one of his favourite teams to score against, and a list of other people.
yes,
Last
Settled.
Join
three
the
against
club.
them, 120, 103, 119. So he gets it
that
done.
would do me.
It'll
Yeah,
do.
Yeah.
All right, let's look at some questions from people. Oh, Josh Kelly is a VC option?
He plays.
They play
Josh
Sunday,
Kelly. They
don't
play
they?
Sunday at 3:20.
Yeah.
You better have a
That's
very
a
good,
deep VC.
Nah.
very good plan up your
But
sleeve for that.
Steele's bringing it home. That's the thing.
Yep.
Yep.
Kelly's numbers against Richmond are massive, but you can't wait that long. I don't think.
You potentially could.
You would need someone from the Fremantle and St Kilda game that's giving you a donut.
Yes, correct.
And I don't think you would have anyone.
People
Unless
are-
it's O'Driscoll or someone like that.
Yeah,
Then yes, you could.
Because some people started O'Driscoll.
Yep. Okay, so if that's the case, you could do that. It's a very late move,
As long as you've got Steele.
as long
to
as you've
use
got
if it does
someone
fail,
to
'cause
use.
Another question was Whitfield as an option there as well. But you can't back him after a 69. But
Mate.
Richmond gave up plenty of points. as well
69,
last
and
week.
his last two on Richmond are 80 and 91. So no.
People started Owens as well.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
So it is a possibility.
It is a possibility.
It's way tight. It's tighter than you'd like to think, but some people would potentially be
And
able to
you
get that done.
better not get stuck with the lawnmower on a Sunday afternoon trying to get it started. You need to be on the ball.
You need to be on that.
On the ball.
Yeah.
All right. Cruz wants to know. Let's get into these questions here about general ones.
Let's go.
Let's rank Wanganeen, Millerer, Sin, Joel Smith, and O'Driscoll. So O'Driscoll, I'm going to cross off at the moment because I think he's just probably an emergency this week.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so let's look at that. Who we got? Sin or Joel Smith? I think Joel Smith I'd have ahead of Sin.
Would you?
Yep.
Upside of Sin feels good. Why in my head is Sin like a dashing halfback, winger, scorer, and then you tell me...
Well, Sin will end up being a midfielder at some point.
NAB League 65.
Yeah, I know.
There's nothing impressive about that part.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a price difference. So Joel Smith last week went up 16K in cash. He's now up to 236. Yeah. Okay. So 236 for him, and he scored a 49.
50, yep.
We're looking at Sin, who is about 30K more.
Yeah. So that's one of the reasons for that. And I don't think you can go Wanganeen, Millerer there.
No.
So
he's
Smith
up to 270.
probably has half decent job security.
I think, Sin's a name we talked about in the preseason.
Of course, because he's an
I'm
early
with you,
draft
though.
pick.
I'm with you. I think you would be going with Joel Smith over Sin.
Is that what it's come
just
to?
for safety.
Why didn't Sin play last week?
The Moses. No.
He didn't make the team. He didn't make the team.
Yeah,
Joel Smith
exactly.
is making the team.
Yeah.
In a year of instability, Destroy.
Yeah.
Get
We
some
need
stability.
stability. I'm just saying.
At the expense of talent?
No. Yeah. Yes. At the expense of talent.
Like it's just a fine line.
All right. Tristram wants to know here. We'll add Foley to the mix. So he's about 400K.
Yeah.
With Sin and Skinner. Like, is Skinner there? Like, Skinner's not going to be a high scorer at all.
No, he's not.
But he's basement, and he's got the forward defender.
What did Skinner play in last year? Sandful?
Maybe. Where was he?
Do we know how he went?
Skinner.
Was he? He might have been
I think he played
delisted.
Sandful last year.
Because he
I
was
think that's
on the
how he-
Lions list, obviously. Yeah.
And then I thought he had a year off playing there. I could be completely wrong.
Okay, we'll have a check about him. I'll let people
Anyway.
know.
Because
probably not even
I
in
thought
there,
he played his way back into the team via.
Okay.
But anyway,
I'll get back
play
to
on.
you.
Someone might tweet us too and let us know.
People know more than us. anyway.
Handy.
Yeah. All right. Stevenson, him being out, does that help Taron Thomas? I think a lot of people want to get rid of Taron.
Yeah, well, we didn't even get 50 for him.
So, but now you just don't have an option to get rid of him, though, do you?
Look, it's nearly a point now, especially for us. I can't believe we've copped it that bad in the back line.
Yeah.
But it is now just full on back your troops
Yep.
and just tell yourself you picked them for a reason anyway.
That would have been probably McInerney if he was in, not injured.
Yeah.
But now we know he's out.
Yeah. Yep.
Eek.
Yeah, Eek's right.
Yeah, Skinner dominated for South Adelaide last year. Thanks, Tam.
What was that in,
Right. South Adelaide, Sandful cow.
though? Okay. I'm just
That's
looking
like
at
where
the...
Adelaide is, mate, in South Australia.
Just looking at the sample numbers in the Keeper League, mate. It's just not coming up. So,
Oh, isn't it?
Anyway,
Maybe because he wasn't listed.
maybe he wasn't listed.
Don't know.
But he is obviously from Brisbane.
Yeah.
Okay, so you would assume that... he was born in 97. That makes him about 25.
Good research.
Mature age.
Well done.
No, he's all right. He'll score a 30.
Ryan said Skinner had 111, 112, 110 in 3 of his last 5 last year.
Right.
That's why I picked him.
Put him on the ground.
Should have remembered that.
Should have remembered that, all right.
Now, Michael Fisher's asking, what do we do about Dusty? So, Dusty has been named, but it's in an extended squad, and they haven't ruled him out. So, it's good that he hasn't been, but they are unsure whether he plays or not.
Well, it's just a wait and see.
So, that's a Sunday decision possibly for you.
Like, if he comes back in, like, if he plays, I mean, you're just told.
Yeah.
It's bloody Dusty.
But if he doesn't,
Gosh. and
you
you're
might
not
know
forced
earlier.
to.
They might name that out on Friday.
Yeah.
Yep.
But if they don't, and it ends up being a laid out, is there anyone left in those last couple of games?
Probably not. I think I wouldn't be trading a guy who might be playing.
A reminder there, Russell did say Skinner's had 3 ACLs. Remember that at the Lions? So he has.
Yep.
So he's easily good enough. He just had a bit of bad
Bit of
luck
bad
with
luck.
injury. So in 2020, Skin Dog, I
Yep.
call him, because I started with him.
Yeah.
We're on a nickname basis. Round 9 versus Essendon, 2020. So what, 2020,
You can times that by a bit.
you can't you?
Yep.
What was the math on that? Anyway, he had 10 possessions, 7 marks, 2 tackles,
Oh, tick.
61,
Oh, times that by 1.25.
100%.
Well,
So he's pumped, what, an 80?
play the guns and
Close to
rookies
it.
game. Just go to that basement rather than trying to frig around with a...
Could you play them? What does Aliir score a game? About
Takes a
65?
few marks.
He does.
That's going to be Skinner. He's going to get 60.
He
Who
could
would you
do it.
play then? You don't have him though, Roy, but McCartan or Skinner on field.
Geez, that's tough. You better go with the one you saw.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd go McCartan.
Who did Port play?
Port plate, Hawthorn.
Oh! Now it's...
Skin trick.
Oh, you
He's in.
let's just
Come
take a
on.
breath.
That matchup.
Take a breath, boys.
Please tell me it's not in Adelaide.
It's in Adelaide.
Oh, my God. He's starting on the ground for me this week.
Alex is asking this one.
He did his time on the
Thoughts
bench.
on Crisp and Ward. They're both playing to Hewitt and Rao. Yes.
That's
It's
a patch-up.
Yeah.
It's great
Yep.
moves.
Yep.
I'd
Yep.
be okay with that.
Yep.
But if you're in a position where you can be getting rid of Crisp and
Yeah, he's done very well. He's
Ward,
picked a good
who's still
team.
been named,
He's picked a good team.
Yep.
See, look, just think about this for a second. So, our hand has been forced, and it's actually very kind of the fantasy gods to do it.
Yep.
Our starting two, McInerney and Miller. Not
Yeah.
everyone was dumb enough to do that.
No.
Miller didn't even get an Amy game.
no.
Yet we threw him
Idiots.
in. Yeah,
Silly
big
call,
time idiot.
boys.
McInerney.
Call yourselves experts.
Yeah, exactly. McInerney had one good Amy game, and yes, some clown wrote about him in the record.
I heard
but-
about that.
Like, they're two pretty dumb picks.
Yeah. But
Hindsight's a great thing, but they
McInerney-
weren't exactly putting their hand up all pre-season.
But McInerney did have a good back half of the year playing
did.
that role.
He did.
Which is why you wrote about him in the record.
It is.
But still, they've got to go regardless.
So I reckon that dude, he's not worrying about that crap.
no, I'm okay with Skinner.
That's why we ranked so bad. We had two like that.
Yep.
Complete waste of money. They could have been rookies on
Might
the
as
ground.
well have been him.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
do that wicked trade. Because you missed a couple of good players there, and now you can fix it.
Nick, tick this one off. Rich to Hall and Berry to Rao. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Tick.
It feels silly trading Rich, but
Yeah.
because he's a plane.
Yeah.
Well, that's,
No,
you know.
I'd be happy with that.
Now, Sam DeConning, or who goes first out of Sam DeConning and Baldwin?
Baldwin.
Because DeConning should be back next week.
Yeah.
That's the thing. He should be back. Baldwin.
DeConning wasn't allowed to play. Essendon didn't want Baldwin to play.
That's it. Exactly the difference.
Mm.
We want you to play. Oh, but you can't.
Yeah, sorry,
I
mate.
want to play. No,
No,
you're
this
not.
is getting awkward.
We don't want you.
Walk away, Kane. Is that his name?
Yes, it is.
That's
good.
What's Foley's scoring potential with Witherden back in? It's probably a concern.
Oh, this is a concern.
I guess it is.
He's not going to turn up.
not
He
gonna
for
Yeah,
worked
every week.
hard,
So,
though.
yeah.
He was very good.
Playing for his spot.
It's just he's that 400k figure now, just getting a bit too much.
Mate, he's got
I think it is.
he's got North Melbourne.
Oh, he's going to have fun.
You know, so it's not a disaster week to have a go at someone like that.
See, look what Sick Dog did. So, what he had his 6 marks. Gunston, he took marks forward and back.
Yeah.
Because he floats back now. What's Scrimmy do?
Scrimmy had 77 with 4 marks. Oh no, that was as a halfback. So anyway, there's points there. There's points there against North Melbourne.
CJ took his 5 marks as well. Yeah.
So I think it's going to be okay.
So he's going to have 5 or 6 marks. He'll
You
be
would
good.
think so.
He'll
He will be
good.
fine.
80 plus, you'd think.
You would think
in
so.
that matchup.
So 400k is just a little bit more than what Miller is or was. Desperate times, desperate measures. You could do it.
Stupid pick.
You could do it.
Yeah. Yeah, you could do that.
You
for
could.
Sure. And the thing is, he's got such a low break even now. If nothing else, you can say you're just riding that.
Break even of 11. So yes, you could play the break even game. He went up 41k.
Yeah.
Oh, Rich isn't playing. Did I miss that?
I didn't see it on there, but I did know he was under an injury cloud, so I just assumed he was.
I thought he was right.
Did Rich play last week?
Yeah, but he was in. He hurt himself, didn't he?
Or is that Zorko you're thinking of?
Let me have a quick
I
check.
thought they
Dog.
both played.
Last
Someone's saying
week,
in the chat that
Daniel
Rich isn't
Rich scored 69
playing.
last week.
No, he's playing.
Right.
He's not out.
He's named at centre half back. He's in the team.
Yeah.
I think he was off.
Come on, people
in
in
the
the
hands
chat.
of the trainer.
People
Work it out.
just need to settle down.
Come on, Nate.
Settle down.
You've blown your
guys.
track record, mate. All right.
You are not part of Team Awesome Sauce tonight.
Jeez.
Jack James, 2 of Sherry, Rochelle, Hayes on field. Who is it? I think Sherry as the on field number one ruck.
2 Sherrys.
And also the guy that dominates for Adelaide who plays Collingwood this week.
But then Hayes, who dominated last week.
But he's going against, that's Freo in Freo with Darcy back. Isn't the greatest matchup going out.
No, he didn't do his work in the ruck really.
No,
5
he
goals
didn't.
to get his ton.
Yeah, and
I
he'll
know,
do it
that's a
again.
concern.
He'll do it again,
He's done it 3
boys.
games in a row now.
Yeah.
He has his
He'll do it
can
again.
play.
Can get it.
No, Rochelle, be prepared. He has a stinking score coming up at some stage.
And we'll take it.
Oh, 100%.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Who would you be picking for Jacob here? English tonight or going with DeGoey?
God.
I think I'd go DeGoey just to hold off on getting
Probably.
someone.
No sign of Steph, though.
No, I know. That's
Speaking
a
of,
weird-
he's looking
Mate.
cherry ripe for the picking.
If he can dominate Max, he can dominate, and I'm sorry, Roy, Mr. Worldwide.
Don't say it.
I'm sorry what I did.
It's very true.
I know.
Someone here, Alex, is saying Swans playing on Friday night allows us a free look at Paddy McCartan. In saying that, though,
It doesn't.
It doesn't
Really,
because,
no.
De Koning
Yeah.
is playing in the same game, so you couldn't
Exactly.
use him as your
No.
on-field player.
Be careful, people.
Yeah.
As I said, everyone just settle down.
Look at your plan. Look at the fixture.
And he
It's okay.
he might somehow have a look at that. But yeah, the key personnel of popular guys you would swing that look
Yeah.
at with are either out or playing at really bad times.
Yeah. Jack's asking Foley or just go to Skinner and bank 350k. Just bank the
I
bank the
think
cash.
you just take it and bank it.
Foley will make some good coin based on that 100 because that's in his rolling average is what increases it. But that 350k could be super important next week
Of course
or
it
to
could.
use this week.
Yeah. I'm with you. I would be taking Skinner. He's named in the back pocket.
Oh.
Surely he's no worse than a 50.
He could be.
Cow.
He's never
We said that
averaged
about
50.
a lot of people.
He's what?
He's never averaged 50 in his life.
He's hardly ever played in his life, has he?
Uh,
So you've just called that he would score more than he's ever averaged.
Yeah, we took COVID season, mate.
Oh, yeah, good
Dominated-
point. He
dominated.
smashed it.
He smashed the COVID season.
who would you be bringing in out of Sicily and Will Brodie?
Sicily and Will Brodie, I'd be bringing Sick Dog.
And Brodie's stocks are all right at the
Yeah,
moment.
they're
because,
okay.
Nat Fyfe is out, but some people are looking at getting rid of Brodie. So I would back him in if you've got him, but I'd be picking
I'll
Sicily.
tell you what, too. Yeah, I'm saying Sicily, but Mundy's out as well.
Yeah.
So
For
that
the
time
week.
on ground issue.
Yeah.
But we only, God. He's a cash cow if you've got him.
That's what
in.
you're thinking about it as.
And his break even's low, and his stocks are high with no Fife and no Mundy, and he got caught on the bench in the last quarter. That was actually unintentional. Longmuir came out and said,
Yeah.
pretty much, didn't he?
Got
Did I
stuck.
read that right?
Got stuck there.
So
Was it an apology? That
an
sounds like it.
excuse it was.
Yeah, okay.
But we'll take it. So who do you take there then?
I'd be going, man,
I think it's Sicily.
I'm Will Brodie.
Oh, yeah.
I would
yeah.
take Will Brodie.
He's cheaper.
Sick Dog had a dream welcome back to footy.
Yeah, you got to remember who he played.
Could be his highest scorer of the year.
He plays Port Adelaide this week in Adelaide. Sick Dog going 50.
Sick Dog wouldn't mind playing at Adelaide. I'm checking that. I'm actually looking how he goes at Adelaide Oval.
Right, okay, you get into that.
All right, it is a rolling lockout there for Andy. So I guess wrapping up here, boys, make sure that you make your plans for your trades.
Yep.
Think about when games are so that you can make those moves.
Yep.
But also in thinking about that is that, just don't get stuck with a trade that you can't reverse is one
Exactly.
thing. But just know when they're coming up and what's going to be best for it.
Smokes it there. 106.
106 in Adelaide. But that was probably against Adelaide.
Sick Dog in 2019.
Clutching at straws.
All right.
I love it.
I reckon we're sweet here, boys.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
and
so.
a good attitude, people. Come on,
well
let's
played.
go. Let's
Well played.
go.
All right, thanks for tuning in. You can catch this as a podcast on our podcast feed. Make sure you get that on Mondays as well because that's a very good one. Roy?
Very important information.
Okay, go.
It wasn't.
Oh,
No. So his last game against Port Adelaide, however, 104.
okay.
So it was Adelaide he played at Adelaide Oval. Yes, you are correct,
I was
actually.
correct.
For 106, but in his last game versus Port, he scored 104.
Would have been at the G, though. Loves the G.
God. So if you mix them together, he should get about, what? 105? maybe.
That's it. Make sure you check out afl.com.au for all the content you need in the AFL Live app, including Calvin's fantastic Fantasy Ready on Fridays, which will give you all the little hot tips to hopefully work out
How to navigate that thing.
We'll get you through.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. All right, good luck with your trades. If you got luxury ones, well, good on you.
Yeah.
Good on you, mate.
Good on you, mate. Good luck with
We
those.
definitely don't have them. Have a good weekend.